Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Green Room Podcast. I'm Matthew Brune, and joining me once again, fresh off of his trip to Fry Street, is
Yep.
Colin Mitchell. Colin,
Yep.
you thought I was going to let you go, let you out of it.
I mean,
No.
nothing happened. I had a Vegas bomb and that's it.
You
I
had a
didn't. I've
Vegas
never.
bomb?
I've never had a Vegas bomb before.
I
But
don't
it's
know
like
what that
Red Bull
is.
with a bunch of alcohol in it. I guess like a shot's worth of alcohol, I should say. But it's like mixed, I guess, or something. I don't know. It made my stomach burn. I didn't have any more. But I was DD yesterday. It was Norma's birthday, so I had 11 slices of pizza, a bag of crazy bread, and a shot of alcohol.
That's nothing for Colin, for those wondering, in case y'all thought that was a lot.
That's nothing.
Don't ask me how Colin has not double his size.
Ballooned.
Yeah,
Ballooned
don't
inside.
ask me. I have
Yeah, I
no
weighed
idea.
myself yesterday, 168 still.
That's good. That's very
Yeah,
good. For
yeah,
those, Colin's fitness journey should have been vlogged
yeah. I mean,
because I have
on
a
the
video of
podcast,
him.
I look the same. It all goes down to my lower body to start. You know what I'm saying? So like, they don't know, but I was 193 like 2 years ago. Y'all
Yep.
just y'all just couldn't visually see it. You
Yep.
know?
I'm trying to find the video of you trying to do the one push up.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I can do push-ups now. So yeah, I don't. You see these pecs? Look at these pecs to this
Yeah,
shirt.
I'm not looking at your pecs. I'm not looking at your pecs. Not doing that. But anyways, while I look for the video,
We played basketball a couple years ago. I don't
yeah,
remember. Was this 2020? I lost
yeah.
in 1-on-1, and Bruni said you have to do one push-up. I couldn't do a push-up, and he tried like putting his foot under my body. You got it?
This isn't that one, but this is an example of Colin's fitness jersey for those journey for those
You gave me a heat stroke that day.
yeah, for those wondering.
That was crazy.
Colin was not well on this day.
We played basketball outside of the practice
Practice, yeah,
facility.
the North Texas
And
practice
this
field.
dude had me doing all these drills and running, and I don't drink water a lot or didn't. And so I was like not okay. I wasn't sweating anymore. It was like it was pretty
Yep,
bad. But
yep.
yeah, so he tried lifting me up, like assisting me with a push up, and I still couldn't do it. But now we do push ups, so it's all right.
That's funny. Yeah, I have a billion photos and videos on here, so
It's
probably won't
okay.
find it.
They they
But
get they get
regardless,
they get it. They get it.
yeah, that one I think tells the story for us here. But all right, Colin, there was a football game on, and sorry I'm
Yeah,
not looking at the camera right now. I'm still looking for this. I'm
yeah,
not
it's
giving
okay.
up.
Speaking of
But
fitness journey, you know what's in this?
what's
This is
what's in it?
44 ounces of Powerade.
All right, we'll assume that's
That's
healthy.
sugar. No, it's not. I'm saying it's not. It's so much
Oh,
sugar.
okay. All right, I've given up. I've given up. But just imagine Colin not being able to do a push-up. That's all you do.
I feel like it's not hard to imagine, but
It's not hard to imagine. All right, it's Colin. North Texas Rice.
yep.
I was driving to College Station. Not a fun place. Driving to College Station, and I had this game on the radio for the second half of it, and you were watching it,
Mm-hmm.
and so we were texting back and forth while I was driving,
Mm-hmm.
and North Texas ends up winning the game. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
North Texas wins the game 21-17. So, tip of the cap to North Texas for winning. It was an ugly day. It was raining. It was, muggy,
Yep.
all of that. So, they had to fight through the adversity of weather, Colin. Let's keep that
Mm-hmm.
in mind as well.
Mm-hmm.
Rice, Rice is a team that runs the ball a lot, and Rice did run the ball quite a bit in the game of 44 carries, 215 yards, and a touchdown. Um, North Texas, was down to basically a Kika Ragsdale as its only running back at this point in the year, 17 carries for 122 yards. Now I say all that, Colin, and I want to know how we're gonna do this. How we're gonna do this because you tweeted out that you're angry,
Yeah.
and I'm here to walk you off the ledge.
You can't.
Okay.
And
Well, let's
also, hold
go ahead.
on. How can you walk yourself off the ledge when you said yourself that if this wasn't a blowout, that you would be upset? That's what I need to ask you
Okay,
first.
so you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Colin, as a North Texas fan, football fan, I won't say basketball. Basketball is awesome. I love basketball. They're doing great things out there. Shout out to Grant McCaslin, shout out Ross Hodge and company, Coach B, and all those guys. All those guys.
Mm.
Um, as a North Texas football fan, Colin, you learn to accept disappointment. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm happy about it. That doesn't mean that we won't get into it on this podcast. We will. It's disappointing. But at this point in my life, I've accepted disappointment from this program and this team. I'm just happy they won the game. Because if they lost the game, Colin, we would have just came on here and we could have just burned down everything Seth Luttrell has built over the last 7 years. And maybe we still need to do that. I don't know. But they got the win. And I think that matters. They won the game. They won the game. They didn't choke completely. It wasn't good. It wasn't pretty. Again, are they the second best team in Conference USA? In my opinion, no. They're not.
Did you watch the end of the game?
I did. I did watch it a little bit before we had it.
Like the very, very end?
No, the very, very end, no.
Let me tell you something. Rice had the ball.
Yes.
The refs blew a play dead because it was a fumbled snap. His knees didn't touch the ground. Rice had 2 plays to try to get a first down and score, and they didn't. They got bailed out, missed field goals. I do not want to hear, yes, they won the game. Great. They won a game on an ugly day. Great, wonderful. They still gave up 17 points to Rice, Brune, where Rice looked bad, really bad.
You know what? I'm with you. Because now that you think about it, there was the holding call.
Yes.
On the field goal. There were multiple moments in the second half when Rice should have scored, probably. Like, you know how in soccer they have XG, and for those who don't know anything about soccer, it's basically XG is expected goals. It's how many goals you should have scored with those opportunities you had in front of net. Basketball doesn't really have that to a degree. There is some places out there that do shot quality. Shot quality is a good outlet for those wondering, but it's a paid subscription. Anyways, if there was XG or maybe XP, expected points by Rice in this game, it's probably like 24.
Let me run through something.
Because, okay, I don't like it when you run through the plays. Exactly,
there's no plays. There's no plays.
Okay.
This is stats. Rice had, and I agree, I don't like me running through the plays anyways because I get mixed up. Rice had more passing yards, more rushing yards, more receiving yards. They fumbled 3 times. They had a pick. They missed a field goal. They had a play blown dead. They had a holding call on, like, this. North Texas did not win this game. I just want to make sure that is clear for everybody. And everyone I think that watched it knows that. North Texas did not win this game. Rice, in my opinion, lost the game. So that is why I want to come on here and, quote unquote, go ballistic, like I said in my tweet. Because watching that game, it's like when I don't take baths, Brune, but I have a lot of friends that take baths. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you take a bath, you sit in some lukewarm water. You don't really know, you don't want to really get up and put hot water, but if it gets cold, you will. I am tired of this lukewarm North Texas football team. Because if they lost its cold water, I'm turning on the hot water and I'm getting the cold water out of here. You know what I'm saying? But lukewarm, I can sit and be comfortable for a little bit longer than I need to be. And that's where this team is. They're too comfortable where they've been. And I feel like this, I don't want to call this an unfortunate win because whatever.
It's a lucky win?
No, when I say unfortunate win, I mean in the sense that I wasn't actively rooting against North Texas. But when the game got really bad, I was like, I'd rather have this be a loss. You know what I mean? Like, because I need that thing that puts the final nail in that. Am I going to finally turn on the hot water? And that is cleaning out and finally making a change at coach. Because I don't know what'll happen still. I don't think anyone does.
Yeah.
They're 7-5. That is the record that we predicted, 7-5.
Yes.
They're going to go to a title game still. And they're going to go to a bowl game.
We're in the same spot as we said last week. They have to win one of the last 2. They have to win one of those 2.
No, I agree. The only issue is that it's just prolonging what I think will eventually be the inevitable, whether it's next year or whether it's the year after next, if he keeps his job.
Yeah.
It's prolonging the inevitable. Now, obviously, he could turn it around, and I would be all here for that, But I feel like it's gotten to the point where we've seen the same thing year after year, game after game. We said before this game, if they didn't go out and win this game or win it convincingly, then it'd be 2019 Rice all over again. Well, what was yesterday? 2019 Rice all over again, except this time Rice got unlucky. That's what happened.
You're right. Yeah, I agree because I was listening to the game over here, and then I did before we started up. I watched a bit of the second half just to put some plays to the voice of, I believe it was Dave Barnett on the call, and Zach Babb. Shout out Zach Babb. But Rice, the way Rice ran the ball for a majority of the game, and I read off the stats, but for Rice to comfortably with the Jumo Taviano put up almost 7 yards per carry, and it didn't feel fluky for the most part. Like, usually North Texas is the ones pushing you around and stuff. Rice, a team who could not score against UTSA or was it Western Kentucky was their last game?
Yeah, Western was the other one.
They looked too comfortable offensively, and it came down to, like you said, missed field goal. It came down to a holding call. It came down to, heck, even on one of the passes where the North Texas corner got mossed and the foot was just
the touchdown out of bounds. The touchdown,
yeah. And so I don't know. It's just a bunch of plays like that, and then, like you mentioned, at the end of the game, Rice had a shot. It's like I think you summed it up well. You want something to hold on to here if you're a North Texas fan. You want to be like, okay, we beat Rice thoroughly, or we did this really well, and you leave the game and you're just like, we got the win. Kind of like how I opened the podcast, right?
Yeah.
How I opened the podcast was what North Texas fans are feeling, I think, to where it's like, yeah, it sucks that we were once again let down, but we got the win. So we get to go play in the Alamo Dome. And I'm just here to say, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves because we have a UTSA podcast to do as well. So we'll save our thoughts for that. But I'm just here to say, if y'all thought that UTSA the last game against UTSA showed maybe that North Texas was ready to take the next step, I think you're wrong. I think the games since that UTSA game have shown what this team is. And that includes a Western Kentucky win, right? Where they beat Western Kentucky. You're like, okay, cool, they can do this. That stretch, I think, convinced us that they're ready to flip the script to a degree, right? They're ready to turn the corner to a degree. And then you end the season with the UAB loss and a win over Rice by 4. So now we're left wondering once again sitting in that bath saying, where is the warm water? Where is the hot water? Where can we get something that we can hold on to? Instead, I'm sitting in my own dirt and just I don't even have the soap. Don't even have the soap on hand. Don't even have it.
Well, so since you rattled off a few of the North Texas ones since the UTSA game where we thought they were going to take the next step, since UTSA was close with North Texas, they beat UAB, who I think you think is the second best team in Conference USA in terms of like ability or where you think they could have gone. 44-38. They destroyed La Tech 51-7. They destroyed Rice 41-7, and they closed out the year with a 34-31 win over UTEP.
Did you see that win? Did you see that win over UTEP? Did you see the storyline? How the game went?
No.
They go to UTEP, right?
Yeah.
UTEP goes up 24-0.
What?
And UTSA comes back and wins the game. Crazy, right? Crazy.
Damn. Now let me tell you, is North Texas doing that?
No.
And ending your season, so people might say or may say, "Oh, North Texas only beat Rice by 4 points. How is UTSA beating UTEP by 3 points any better?" Well, the fact that they didn't have a conference loss gave Texas a game.
UTSA wasn't playing for anything.
I'm saying, but on top of that,
yes,
your only losses are 37-35 to number 24 at the time ranked Houston, and then 41-20 to Texas when the first half you gave them a game. And now they're ranked 24th. UTSA is.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah. So it's UTSA runs the table. Once again, Jeff Traylor proves that he is running circles around Conference USA, and that program is ready for the American. pretty comfortable. Easy said. It's a position that I think North Texas fans should envy. The sad thing is, I don't want to say sad. I'm kind of in this position with LSU too, right? Kind of to make the comparison. LSU is going to the SEC championship game after losing to Texas A&M, and LSU fans are like, what is there to gain from that, right? North Texas fans are going to the championship game being like, all right, for both fan bases, to me, if you win this weekend in the championship game, you still don't think you're the best team in the conference, right? Do North Texas fans think they're the best team in the conference if they
I would
beat
say
UTSA?
North Texas fans don't. I'd say LSU fans could make the argument.
I don't know, but I'm not gonna turn. Let's disregard LSU. But I was just comparing the two.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're playing a team against UT. You're playing a 24th ranked UTSA. You just ran the table on the conference. North Texas going there 7-5, having some disappointing games. In my mind, if North Texas wins, it's like, oh well, UTSA lost that game.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
I'm
like,
just
sorry.
Look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I don't feel good about North Texas versus UTSA Part 2. I don't.
Yeah.
I feel like North Texas gave them its best punch, and UTSA at home is very difficult to beat. UTSA wins close games more often than not, and I just don't feel good about it. I have a really, really bad feeling that UTSA is going to come out here and just put it on North Texas. I'm scared. I wasn't scared during the regular season, Colin. I thought North Texas could beat UTSA.
Yeah.
But now I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way at all. Because UTSA is better. They're just flat out better.
Well, obviously.
Better.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. But that's for another podcast. So, Seth has to win one of the last two. We're still on that. We still agree.
Yes, bowl game being worth more than a conference championship.
You have to keep it close, and you can't lose by a lot in either game.
No,
because
especially if you win the conference championship and they get ran in the bowl game. Because as we talked about a few podcasts ago, winning a Conference USA championship is still only a Conference USA championship. Whereas if you win a bowl game, you win against a different conference team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if they went, not for nothing, if they did win the Conference USA championship game, I think they would be playing a pretty damn good team. Like they'd be playing someone from the Sun Belt, like Coastal Carolina or something like that. You know what I mean? And that would not be pretty.
And that's the thing, right? Like we'd be like, yeah, oh well, I guess they'll get ran. You know what I mean? Like
literally the spread for a Coastal Carolina game or let's just say they play even Air Force to a degree. I mean, Boise State I think is probably going to get a bigger game. Boise was 9-3 on the year. I'm just thinking of possible bowl teams. Yeesh, I don't know. Not going to be pretty. So yes. I don't know if I agree with you that a bowl game is more important than a conference championship, though. Look, because I agree I understand what you're saying in that it's only the Conference USA championship game. And in theory, North Texas should not be playing in this game. I do not believe North Texas to be the second best team in this conference. I believe if North Texas played the schedule that they have next year, they would be lucky to be 4-4 in conference play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, again, the Tulanes, all those teams, the SMUs in their conference and stuff like that, they wouldn't be able to hang with them. However, still a win over UTSA. Again, this is from Seth's perspective. I think a win over UTSA, and you at least have a trophy for the first time. I think that would hold some weight.
That is a good point. I mean, it almost feels like, regardless of what happens, I think he'll be here next year. I don't know if
you can't lose them both. I disagree. You can't lose them both.
Mean, I hope not, but it just feels like that's where what would happen.
You can't end the year 7-7, man. I can't because again, this goes back to what we've said a billion times on this podcast. So I don't care. I'm gonna repeat it again. Who have you beat?
No, you're right.
If they lose in the conference championship and lose in the bowl game to again UTSA and a capable opponent, who have you beat?
Western
Kentucky.
And FAU, if you want to count them.
Half of FAU. 1.5 wins. You have 1.5 wins in my mind. That's literally it. I'm not counting UTEP as a win. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not counting Texas Southern. I am half counting FAU. I'm not counting La Tech. I am counting Western Kentucky. Great win. Good job, guys. I'm not counting FIU. I'm not counting Rice. I don't care what y'all tell
Yeah.
me. I
Yeah.
don't. So
No,
that's fair.
I agree. I agree completely.
So you are 1.5-7 in my mind if you lose these last two games. One and
you
a
are
half
one
and
and a half
seven.
and 7 is so funny to hear.
That's it. And the losses aren't even pretty. Like you better hope if you lose the last two games, you at least kept it close.
Yeah.
But I don't think the UTSA game is going to be close, in my opinion. I right now I'm at 2 touchdowns. Like I don't think it's
Damn.
going to be close. So if you get blown out by UTSA, you have been blown out by SMU. You have been blown out by UNLV. You have lost by double digits to Memphis. You have lost a close game. You should have had it against UTSA, but you didn't. You get blown out by UAB. You get blown out by UTSA, and then you probably get blown out of a bowl game. That is inexcusable. I don't want to hear it.
All right, when
you
you
1-5-7 with blowout
I mean,
losses.
I was talking about from the perspective of like if I'm looking at it from like an AD, like what the status quo would be, I would say that. But like obviously, I completely agree with what you said. But you make it sound really, really bad, and I am on board with that because it is. You're right. That is a really, really bad resume, despite being 7-5. Also,
now it's a what was that?
I was gonna make a never mind. It was a tangent, but continue.
Oh, sorry, I cut you off. I hate cutting off your tangents because
it was just it was like what's more impressive, a 6-8 record or a 7-7 record?
The 6-8 dream was there for a bit.
Brune and I looked about 3 teams ever have gone 6-8.
Yep. And North Texas was right there, but then Western Kentucky won in overtime, so that killed the dream right there. But regardless, yeah, man, I that's where I'm at though. You got to win one of these last two, and even if you win one, lose one, the loss better be a good game. You got to show something here. You got to show you can consistently start to punch up. Like the Western Kentucky game, like at this point, if they lose these last two games, let's say they get blown out by UTSA and they lose a close game to, I don't know, Air Force, okay? So 7-7 on the year. In these last 2 years, basically, they have 2 wins.
UTSA and Western.
Yeah. And Western.
Yeah.
And you can go through the rest of those wins, and in my opinion, you could look at the Liberty win from last year, from 2021, and be like, okay, that's a decent win. That's a half win too. And you got the FAU win. That's a half win. So you're up to like 3 wins in 2 years. So look, I just want to stop counting wins over teams in the bottom 20 in the country. Is that too much to ask?
No.
Okay, that's it. And FAU is probably ranked somewhere in the 95 to 105 range if I had to go and rank them, but it's a half win. It's a half win.
Okay.
That's it.
All
right. Anything else? I do want to give you the floor a little bit more though, because you did get more eyes on this game than I did. So, is there anything else that stood out to you, offensively, defensively? You can dig a little deeper here.
I mean, I watched only the second half because I did birthday stuff with for the first half. But the second half, it was just like nothing worked, and I don't know how to explain that in any other way than just that statement. Nothing worked. Obviously, Ragsdale looked good. He's 17 carries for 122 yards, but the passing game that we've seen in the past, just not there. I mean, just nothing really. And it just seemed like there was no way you could be the same, equal, or as bad as Rice on offense, because that's what it looked like. It looked just exactly the same. You had a good running back, Juma. I can't say his name. Ottaviano.
Yeah,
great pronunciation. Basically the same as Ragsdale. I mean, yards carry 7.2 for Ragsdale and 6.7 for Ottaviano.
Yeah.
Osnani 203, Paget 229. Basically same pass completion. So it's just both teams just super incompetent, and the one that was just slightly less incompetent won the game.
Yes.
I mean, I can't explain anything from like an X's and O's.
No, you're good.
Whatever standpoint, just because there wasn't anything specific.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the passing game didn't work or the run game didn't work or whatever. It was just everything.
Yeah. All right, let's do our pick 'em review. Austinoni, 2.5 touchdowns.
Did I say under or over?
He ended with 2.
Yeah.
I said under, you said over.
That's a point back.
It's a Bruni point. Total interceptions, 2.5. I said under, you said over.
1.
It was under.
Yep.
Matt,
All right, we're even again.
Bruni, correct.
I come back here though. It's okay.
Rice points, 16.5. Colin said over. Bruni said under. Colin wins by a 0.5. Oh, the hook. Pain. And then fumbles, 1.5. We both said over. Okay.
We both said over?
That's what I've written down.
Damn, I thought you said under. That's crazy.
That's what I've written down here.
Okay.
No, I'm going to go check the tape after this, though.
No, you don't have to. I believe you.
No, I'm going to go check the tape. No, because if it's under, I win, right? Because how many fumbles were there?
There was 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I won't check the tape then.
Yeah,
but only one lost.
That doesn't matter. Fumbles.
Yes. Oh, we need to clarify that next time then. Because I always think it's fumbles lost. I don't ever think of it just as fumbles. All right, we'll
make it a wash. Make it a wash. Yeah,
wash. And then points. I said 35-14. You said 45-17. Do you just want to wash that too?
What was the score? I think you win it because you were closer. I mean, technically.
The final was 21-17.
Okay.
I said 35-14. Well, it's a wash. It's
okay.
It's a wash.
I just think we gave me one of those like stupid ones early. I think it was the UNLV one. We gave me that one, so you can take this one.
Nope, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Okay.
So that cuts it to Colin 27, Bruni 26, with 1 game to go.
Wow.
I'm bringing 3 pick'ems to the next pod, by the way. So you can bring 2 or 3.
No, I'll bring 3.
Okay.
We'll bring 3 each.
All right. Sounds good. I'm excited. If we do, we need a tiebreaker if we do tie.
So should we add like a tiebreaker pick'em? Like
we'll look at it next pod.
Okay.
We'll look at it next pod.
Okay.
All right. That's all we got for y'all today. I'm gonna go watch the North Texas basketball team play in their game tonight against UNC Wilmington. Shout out the Mean Green. What a team. Tyler Perry, God. Kai Huntsberry is him.
Him.
I like this team a lot. I like this team a lot. All right. But that's all we got for y'all today. We hope y'all enjoyed it. Colin, I'll end it with a quick story. I am currently at war with wasps on my balcony right now.
Imagining you going out there and just like
there is look, the problem is I can't access the nest. I believe so. I'm on the 3rd floor.
Why can't
I believe again.
Oh,
this is my balcony. This is my balcony. I believe they're on top, and I can't access. I can't get under it. You know what I mean? So they're just hovering around, and I'm just killing them. I killed 3 last time I went out there.
Sprayed them midair, midair snipes.
No, I wait for them to sit. Well, I did snipe one of them, but I wait for them to sit, and as soon as they touch anything, I just they're dead. Boom.
Wow.
So
brutal.
No, yeah, we are at war right now.
Okay. When you
I want to go buy one of those traps.
Are you allergic?
No.
Okay.
No. They don't attack really.
I don't know.
I feel like they only attack if you like try to bother their nest. You know what I mean? Like grab their nest or something.
Or spray it with death wasp poison.
Hey, I'm different, I guess. I don't know. They're not attacking me. I just go out there, I put a hoodie on, I'll just go crazy. I go crazy. All right, that's all we got for y'all today. We will talk to you on the next one. Leave us a like, Colin. Leave a like. Sorry, I'm reading our text message in our group right now, Colin.
About how my fantasy team?
No. With coach. Let's just refer to him as coach so people think he's like an official.
Yeah.
Coach. Yeah, with coach over there. But anyways, that's all we got for y'all on this one. Leave us a like, share, comment, all that good stuff. We appreciate the support, and we will talk to y'all later.